Good evening, everybody. Welcome in. Hi. Shumi, yes, you did beat Oob here. In fact, I don't think Oob's even here yet. And John, welcome in. How are you? I don't even know what we're working on tonight. I guess right now we're working on the calendar system a little more. It's like done, like, mechanically. It's like finished. But, what is this called? Oh, I'm doing border with an A. But I'm adding a couple, I'm gonna try to add some more features in here. Because I think we need to visually...
Hi!
Say hi to chat.
Oh.
Who's that? Who's that?
Next one.
That's Quinn.
Yeah.
Can you say hi, chat?
Hey,
Let's go, we lightning speed. What's up, Boss Brain? Welcome in. This is Quinn. He's my co-pilot today, I guess. Today, Quinn, you know what we're working on today?
yeah.
What?
Boys.
We're working on toys?
Yeah.
In the computer?
Yeah.
Wow, toys in the computer, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm wrong, guys. I thought we were working on widgets and UI stuff, but I guess we're working on toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna try to make a little text thing for new seasons. Hey, we can't play with that. That's why I put it back there, so you can get it. Don't leave that alone. If you lose that, we'll be in trouble. They're probably like $50 to replace.
Oh.
Why are you so wild?
Uh.
Anyway, today we got seasons set up. They load in and load out now properly when it's a new day and it's a seasonal event or whatever. In fact, all the calendar events should be loading in and out properly now. You don't need to test this in multiplayer actually, because I've not tested that, but I'm pretty confident it's gonna work. Because it's all happened on the server anyway, and they're just loading global events, and that already works. So it should definitely be working. Hey, there's Oob. We knew you were around here somewhere. Shumi was really excited that they beat you to the stream. I was struggling in Helldivers. Yeah, I bet. I have yet to play Helldivers 2, but I played the first one a lot. Like a lot. It was so good. The first one was really, really good. Second one looks not as good, if I'm honest. It looks cool still. But I don't think it looks as cool. Anyway, so this is our test. This is actually in our this is literally where the Frostfall portal shows up in, I believe, Sleepy Haven. But this is our test levels. There's nothing over here. All of our test stuff, or all of our actual stuff, is over here in this area. But we're testing it over here. And this is loading in and out when it's supposed to, which is cool. Hey, what's up, Hook? Shot, how are you? I don't know. Hook sounded weird. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyway, but yeah, I set all this up today. So what I want to do is, because this is loading these in like right before your eyes, what I'm gonna try to do is find a way to pause the game. I turn the volume down a little bit on the music. Pause the game and then show, like, have a black screen fade in, and tell you like a new seasonal event's coming in. I don't know if we should do black though. But now that I'm like looking at it, I think we should do like I don't even know, just like a brown's ugly. Let's maybe like do like blue or something. We'll just do that, I guess. That's fine. For now, that's fine. Quinn, you gotta be quiet, buddy.
We're bad guys.
I know there's bad guys, but let's do like 60 maybe. I don't know. Let's do 50. We should probably just do like a graphic here that I can make that just says like Frostfall has begun or something, or Frostfall Festival has started. But for now, I think we're just gonna throw. Something like this is fine probably for now. It's fine. It's super basic, but I'll probably make a little graphic for it. Similar to the moon one, you know, like the moon like pops up when you get a new moon. It'll be like that, but this will only happen when Frostfall starts. And Witch's Eve starts, I assume. That's the plan anyway. Hey, what's up, A-Night? Hey, I read the first like 2 pages of your book and then I fell asleep. So I need to probably reread the last page I wrote. I decided to read it while laying in bed and that was a bad idea probably. But it started out really good. Started out strong. I love books that just start out with like an immediate hook, like action, whatever. It drives me nuts when the book like starts out with like a whole chapter of like exposition or like describing a town or something. Like I just can't. It takes so long for me to like know if I'm gonna like the book. And there's so many books out there that usually when I like start a book like that, I'm like, probably not for me. And I'll either like skip a chapter ahead and see if something else like has changed and hooked me, or if I'll just move on and find another book. So I'm really glad that yours starts like with some actual like action right away. It's good. It's good. Like there's enough exposition to like understand like the culture a little bit and like what's happening in like, and like the main characters, at least currently the main characters, there's like enough there to like answer the questions and like set up a scene and set up a bit of like a bit of a culture. It's interesting like seeing that like the king has like very little power over like what's about to happen, which is really interesting. And sets a really cool dynamic. I like that a lot. And then knowing that they immediately are like escaping is really good. I won't spoil too much more in case like you're gonna look for publishers or something and the book can't be public, but it's good. I like it. I'm really good at spotting what I like and don't. Are you, Ood? Oh yeah. Got it. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I just started a new book. It's called Scamps and Scoundrels. It's a lit RPG, and I am so far obsessed with it. It's really good so far. There's like a lot of weird inconsistencies that are kind of bothering me, like a few like typos here and there and like weird stuff that I'm like kind of bothering me about it. Like I can tell like it was maybe a little bit rushed, or maybe like the author's just kind of newer. I don't know. I mean, who am I to speak? I've never finished a book before and I'm writing my first one, so I don't know. But it's good so far. And there's a lot of world building. It's a lot of like, it's more story driven than it is like just checking boxes for like a subgenre for lit RPG, which I feel like is what most people are just doing now. Like it's like, okay, lit RPG, I'm gonna do this thing and this thing, so let's check these boxes. Like it feels like there's not really a story in most of them anymore. It's just like it's just appealing to subgenres, and I hate it. So show don't tell, heck yeah. I love action hook, then back and forth between action and description. Yeah, same. Yeah, I think it's all about like the ups and downs. Like you want like a peak and a valley, right? That you always want to. And I feel like I'm trying to do that really. I feel like I'm doing that pretty well in my book, but there are definitely some valleys that need a little more action. But I'm trying like to my best to like put a little bit in there. The problem is that in the beginning of my book, I'm doing a real like slow ramp up for like progression for the character. And so there's definitely times where he's just kind of like an absolute noob for a long time, and then things happen, but not to him, or like to him, but he doesn't like, he just kind of like lets it happen. And I feel like it's kind of like giving him like he's a little too passive at times, and I feel like he should at least fight back in some places. So I might have to like do a little bit some rewrites here and there, but overall I like it so far. Hey Kendra, love the late night streams. Some of us from Archive Land are able to join live. That's awesome. What is Archive Land? Oh, meaning you're watching the old streams after the fact? I see what you're saying. That's awesome. Welcome in. I'm glad you guys can make it. I'm enjoying the late night streams too, because it gives me, I'm supposed to stream tomorrow morning in like, 12 hours from now. But I'm enjoying the late night streams because it feels a little more casual, and I feel like I don't feel like as guilty about like not getting as much work done, I guess, because it's more like after hours anyway. So anyway, yeah, I'm happy about it though. Hookshot, people call me Hook all the time. I'm a pirate, so it makes sense. I'm good. Had a good combo with a funder for my new game, Kickstarter pre-launch. If going good for the TTRPG. Hey, that's huge. Congrats. I'm just doing good. That's awesome. And now you are streaming, so I'm even better. Hey, that's cool. That's so huge. This feels like a good year. Like, I feel like this is a really good year for me. Like, things are going really well for me. Like, I feel like I have a game plan right now to get to 1.0. It might not be the exact game plan that I wanted like 4 years ago, but it is a game plan, and I'm happy to be moving toward an end goal rather than kind of like just like flailing. Like, I feel like that's what I've been doing for like the last 2 years, of just trying to like tread water to figure out how the hell I'm going to get to this huge 1.0 end goal. And this year when I was like, you know what? I just got to get there, and it doesn't matter if it's perfect. Like, that's when things started like making progress, and I'm feeling good. Like, this calendar system's almost done. After that, it's going to be like, I want to do some bug fixes and some polish stuff. But I'm pretty much ready for like the spring sale whenever that comes. I can't say when, but pretty much plan to like release this update for the spring sale. So you guys will get a calendar for the spring sale, for the Steam spring sale, which is cool. My book is coming along nicely. I'm really excited about that, though I haven't touched it in like a week now. But I'm still like, I'm excited about it. And the new book I'm reading right now has already like spurred a bunch of ideas because I'm really liking it. So I'm excited to like take some inspiration from that and put into my book, which is like the whole point of reading. It helps me, like, it motivates me to like write more. We have Seeking Adventure coming up on the horizon, which we were planning on getting out before a festival that's coming up that I can't talk about. But now today we were talking about maybe focusing more on Swords and Magic right now, and just getting a couple updates out in time for another thing going on for Swords and Magic coming up soon that I also can't talk about. Lots of things I can't talk about yet. Like, I'm literally under NDA for those things, so I can't talk about them. But they're cool, and there'll be updates. Like, the update for this one will be the calendar system. The next one would probably be probably like a big bug fix, and then maybe some, I want to say quality of life, because I don't think we need a whole lot more quality of life. There's like one more thing I'd like to add for quality of life. That's like what I really like to add is the chest crafting feature. I think that's the big one I would love to do. Did you look at the did you take a look at the co-op RPG event I sent you? Yes, I did. It is not co-op RPG, it's party-based RPG. And when I looked into it more, it's essentially, I meant to respond to this or tell you this, but I forgot. It's essentially like a JRPG where you are controlling a whole party of characters. Swords and Magic does not qualify, which sucks, because it does sound like it should. It definitely sounds like that's exactly what we're making, but it's not quite the same thing. Yeah. On the surface, totally looked right. Totally looked like it was right up our alley, but yeah, things are going well. Oh, and I'm 100% finished. I'm in there's like a little bit of a wait period right now with the Trail and Error contracts. I finished everything up today finally. I had like an hour of work left to do, and I've been putting it off because I had other stuff going on with like the game jam and stuff last week. But I finally finished it up today. I'm 100% done. I am under NDA now. I did finally sign the contract, so I can't talk about anything beyond that, I guess. Really, I can talk about the stuff that you guys can play or have played in like the playtest, which may or may not still be going on. I'm not sure. Send me a dev build. Yeah, definitely can't do that. That definitely breaks NDA. Yeah, I'm actually finished with it, and so I messaged Worka today, and I was like, I'm done with this. It's finished. And then he sent me some stuff, and he was like, oh, I'm doing this, and I was like, oh man, if you need help, you know how to get a hold of me. Because it'd be fun to work on the thing he's working on. But yeah, we're waiting like a week to make sure there's nothing else that I missed or like something that he needs to clean up or whatever, and then I have to go through all of my files and delete them all. As per the contract, everything must be deleted from my computer. I have to purge everything, including like the project and like all the assets and all the asset project files. So I have to delete all my Maya scenes and everything, which kind of sucks because like, I don't know, like I just have this feeling that like a month from now, work is gonna be like, hey, can you like fix this one thing for me? And I'll be like, yes, but you have to send me all of the files, and then I'll send you one file back through Discord or whatever, because there's no other way for me to do it. It'll be something stupid like that, but it is what it is. I understand why they do it. I get it. I kind of wish I would have added that to our Swords and Magic contract, because technically there's nothing that stopped any of the previous devs from like just keeping all the files on their computer and having like a copy of the game, essentially. I mean, they can't like pull new versions and stuff and they can't like release anything from it, and they shouldn't be using any assets or any like code or whatever from it to their games. That would be against the law. But there's nothing stopping them from just like having it and showing it off. There were no NDAs or anything, so they could be sharing code or technically be taking snippets and stuff. But that part doesn't really bother me. I don't really care. Like if Moz is like using snippets of the stuff he wrote, it doesn't bother me. It's fine. But still, it would have been nice to have. I know, but I can dream. Yeah, fair enough. So anyway, yeah, I don't know, things are looking up. It's nice. It's just nice seeing like a big, kind of a big project, you know, it's like a 2-month project, like being like fully wrapped up and finished. Like I don't have to touch it anymore. And also there's like this nagging, like weighing feeling when you have something you know you need to finish, but you're like putting it off or like have other stuff going on. So finally to have like the 100% cleaned up, like has got me like really motivated, which is why I've been working on Swords of Magic so much lately. Whenever I'm motivated, that's where I seem to go. But yeah, this is working super well. I do think we should probably have the date on the HUD. I'm tempted. I'm not sure. I feel like we could put it like right here. Like I feel like we could put like maybe even like put the time up of it and then put like spring or like 15th of spring or something would be nice. So you can just see what the date is, you know? Because then you like, and then you'll just kind of know like how far you are until the next season too, which would be handy to just know at a glance, just in case. You know what we really should do is go in and add some modifiers to our crops, so different seasons they grow at different speeds. What do you think about that, Jana?
What was it?
Adding modifiers to our crop assets so that in different seasons they grow at different speeds.
I mean, I don't think
It's not necessary, but it would be cool. I mean, like, I think seasons are a big part of farming games, and since we have a farming feature, it'd be nice. It wouldn't be a whole lot. I would literally just go in and like when the crop gets planted, we would just modify the like delay or whatever before it grows based on the season. So it'd just be like we just do a select off of the season, grab the season from the time manager, and just say like if you know season is spring, we do like 1.2 times speed, and if season is winter, we do like 0.7. You know, we just multiply by that number. Be pretty easy. And then every 4 springs is a bountiful spring that has ultra growth. We could, you know what would be cool though, is we could do a like our spring season could technically have like a bountiful harvest day or something. Like maybe it's just called like harvest day or something, and we don't do anything for it except when you harvest on that day you get like 30% more yield or something. That would be easy to do. We would literally just turn on like that season event, which I already have. I would probably set it up in the global event manager, because right now technically our time manager does that. So if we do like change seasons, we technically go, oh, where is it actually? It's not in here. This is the time manager, right? No, oh, that's why. That's the sky. Where is this set at? On new day? Yeah, right over here. Like over here, we're like, hey, if it's the first day or if it's these certain days and it's within these dates, then let's set the current events. We're not even turning this off. This is a problem. Yeah, I think I need to like set these. We need to change this. This isn't gonna work. This will, I guarantee that players will be able to keep like trick-or-treating well past the Witches' Eve event. If we don't fix this. Okay, so let's fix this, I guess. We should grab this. Put them in the global event manager. Handle calendar events. And then in here, what we should do is, actually, we need to open this guy up. Open this guy up. Oh no, can I not open like that? Go to PDA event. Let's add in here and let's say holiday. Yeah. We're gonna drag this up near the top here. It's gonna be seasonal not original season. What's it called? Yeah, holiday events. Okay, cool. So that'll be none for almost these. Witch's Eve will go in. Holiday event. This is gonna be Witch's Eve. Cool. And then where's our other event? Frostfall will be Frostfall. Fishing Tourney will be Fishing Tourney. Not that those matter, but so this is really useful. We can set this holiday, and then our dialogue hooks into this, so we can just check for that holiday on dialogue, which is good, important. There would have been better ways to do this if we'd built the system a long time ago, but it's fine for now. There we go. What's up, A-Night? Oh, were you in an ad when you... Wait, what? No, what? What are you there we going for? Are you actually responding to what I was just doing that way? So none of this needs to happen. All this needs to go away. Yoink, that's all gone. We don't need any of that. This is up here for debug purposes right now because I have no way to see the date. I really think we should throw the date on the HUD. And then we should make a portable calendar as well. And we need to make a placeable version that you can put on your property, so you can have a calendar in your house. And we need to model a calendar. We don't even have a model of a calendar modeled yet. We got to do that next. Oh my. Something. Mimosa. Edmund and Lucy. Archer again. Welcome in. Over my head, but yes. I'll model for your calendar. September. That's great. Yes, I'm down for that. Oh my god, that'd be so funny if there was like a special Jeff calendar. When you open it up, it had a picture of him on the top. Oh, that'd be so funny. Oh man, we might need to do it. Can you guys imagine there's like a secret rare like Jeff calendar somewhere in the world? And it just has him like in a bathing suit. Oh my god. You guys know who Jeff is, right? This is Jeff. You want to know a really cool, are you kidding me? Unreal just crashed when I tried to open the picture of Jeff. Jeff is too powerful. Oh, I just realized I have this up on my screen. I shouldn't have that up. I had the conversation with Steven that I had a long time ago. I opened Slack to see if I had any messages about the game thing with Arrow. I just had that message up with him. I don't think there's anything in there that mattered, but we're just discussing things. But yeah, we're not even doing that anymore. So anything you read on there, don't get your hopes up. That's not happening, at least not right now. So anyway, that sucks. We crashed. This is gonna take a little bit to open now. That really sucks. I crashed earlier too, but it was my own fault. Mario's.
Yeah, but yo.
Yeah, they match, huh? Yeah, pretty cool.
Right here. Oh.
Can you say Mario again? Mario. Anyway, that's Jeff. You guys saw Jeff there. Here, I'll find him on my computer so we can look at his magnificence while we wait. Jeff was just kind of a random character that Kitsune drew a long time ago. I don't even remember if his name was Jeff. Was his name Jeff in the beginning? Did we just come up with that name? I don't even know. I think Kitsune came up with the name. And then we have one player, Pearl, who just like was obsessed with Jeff, and then everyone else it just kind of took off. I don't think everyone. I would say just Pearl.
Matt loves Jeff.
Matt does?
Yeah.
I think it's mostly Pearl. Anyway, there's a painting there's two paintings of Jeff in the game. That's it. One I painted myself trying to replicate Kitsune's style, which I think I got really close, and then one that Kitsune did a long time ago. And then the painting, the newer one I did, we added it to the game. And then I made a special version of it that's autographed. And I literally wrote a bunch of code because I had to do this like twice because the things were broken. And I set it up so when I was in a game with Pearl, I could click a special debug button that no one else has access to, obviously. And it would deliver a letter specifically to Pearl from Jeff, and she could read the letter that basically said that he was like a secret admirer of hers because she's a famous adventurer, and she got an autographed painting of him. So it literally has his autograph in the bottom. It's so cool. I think it's super cool. She's the only player in the game that has that item. She's also the only player in the game that has the fly spell. This is what happens if you guys stream our game and make YouTube videos, and make content. It's untitled.
Yeah.
It's not called Jeff. I think you named the painting Jeff when you put it in the game. Painting of
I
Jeff.
didn't name it. 100%.
Someone did.
Yeah, I just sent it.
I'm trying to find it.
I just sent it.
Oh, Jana sent it. Well, I have my own version I was going to show.
Oh.
That's fine though. Oh, wrong screen. I do that every single time. I grab the top of the OBS instead of Discord.
Mm.
This is Jeff. So yeah, this is the character we are in question. But he's a model and a poet and an actor and all around famous guy in Tirowin. And it would be really, really, really funny if we had a special calendar somewhere hidden. Maybe in like maybe, I don't even know, somewhere hidden that you get that has him at the top, like modeling. It would be a pain to do though, because the calendar kind of already takes up a lot of the screen, but it would be really funny. Fly spell? Yes, she has a spell that she casts, and once you cast it, it starts you flying. You can literally fly. You fly at a slower rate than you do in the dev build, oob, so don't get like too excited. But you can fly, but while you're flying, it drains your mana, and if you run out of mana, you fall. And the drain is cumulative, so every time it drains a little more the next time, so it drains faster and faster. So you can drink potions and stuff, and your regeneration definitely helps keep you up longer, but eventually you'll 100% no matter what run out of mana. Like you even if you just sat and chug potions nonstop, eventually it'll drain faster than you can drink potions. So you will eventually run out, but it is pretty cool, and you can chug like 3 or 4 potions to stay up for like twice as long, 3 times longer. It's pretty good. It's a cool spell. You can check it out in the dev build if you want. Just look up Tome of Flight or something. I don't remember what it's called. Flying Tome. I don't know. But it's called Fly. I think it's called Fly. God, come on, Epic. Or come on, Unreal, I mean. I'm really mad at Crash. That sucks. I don't know why I did.
Jeff first.
Like I said, Jeff was too powerful. Where is his... Probably under paintings. Yes, that's the autographed one. Here's the painting I did of Jeff. So this one's mine, and this one's Kitsune's original painting. You can see how close I came to matching the style and vibe. I feel like it was pretty close. I wasn't trying to do things like exactly, like it was definitely a different picture. But yeah. I was not, I was also like not, I was using it as a reference enough to like get the vibe down, but then I took it and ran with it. So in this picture, Jeff's chest is shaved. This one, it's not, intentionally. So, hello, my name's Jeff. My version doesn't consume mana. Mana needs, oh, yeah, your version does not, in the dev build, not in the shipping build. In the shipping build, it does. But anyway, it would be super fun to like make a Jeff portrait in his like bathing suit with his big hairy chest, like modeling. For the calendar Jeff edition.
You gonna do it?
Jeff with animals.
Ever seen those kind of calendars?
I guess I have not seen those kinds of calendars, Jana. I'm talking about the funky item that wasn't supposed to be obtainable yet. Yeah, it should drain mana. It's been tested and like confirmed, like it's ready to go in the game. It just doesn't have a place yet. Oh no, that's different. No. That's different. The Ring of the Untethered is different. That was meant for like a cool, like a whole secret thing I was doing, and I don't know if we're gonna do that or not anymore. The ring can stay there. It's fine. It's just gonna be a rare drop from what's his name, and it is cool. And I do think it'd be cool to put something in later that requires it or something, but that's definitely not it. I said I need to die to fly. Oh, I see. Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah, that ring makes it super easy to get to the if you somehow had that ring before you found the cultist on Azura, that'd be handy. Not that it matters, you can just fly up there and res, but anyway. Yes. Jana's reminiscing about back when there were the secrets in the game were actually big secrets and no one knew what they were.
You got all these secrets.
I think. Oh, now I am. That's because everyone in here has already played the game to death. It's been out for a while.
The contract.
Why doesn't Golfer get a special item? He makes a ton of vids. He's gotten some things. He has his own character in the game. What else has he gotten? That's true. What else has he gotten? No, he's saying why doesn't he get like a custom character? Golfer and Pearl are a couple.
Yeah, and for
But yeah, maybe we'll make him something. I don't know what we would make him though. So the signed autograph was because Pearl made a huge deal of like she has a whole shrine to Jeff and everything, and she makes a bunch of content about that. Like it's always on her streams and everything. That's why she got it. A golf club. That would be pretty funny. That would be pretty funny. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know what I would do for Golfer. The reason she got the flight book was just because she needed it. She was struggling for something, and I was playing with her, and I was just like, here, just take this. This will help you. But then she never uses it because she's like, it's cheating, and I'm like, it's not cheating. It's an item that's going to be in the game. It's just you got it early. I think we're gonna put the fly book. I think it's gonna be in what's it called? Probably in one of the treasure hunter chests. I think that'd be a good place for it. What do you guys think? At least I got my bug spotter. Because we need to do at least one more chest probably in Delver's Pass. Somebody commented on a YouTube video recently. It might have been someone in chat. I doubt it though. I don't remember who it was. Like map 7 or 8? Probably. I don't know how many maps there are right now. But no, it'll be a new map if I do it. I think. Are there only 6 maps right now? 6, 7. Sorry. I have an 11-year-old, so you can forgive me, please. There's 6 maps. Yeah, so it'll be map 7, maybe 8 will be in Delver's Pass. I don't know if we'll do 2 there or not. We'll see. We also need a way to prevent players from buying the treasure maps again or something so players know if they've already got those ones. I'm tempted to like set it up so locally those shop items disappear once you bought one, but I also think that's a problem because if you lose one, you'll need to buy it again. So I don't know how to do that. Maybe I'll just have like, I don't know. I also like I'm okay with like players just like buying multiples of them for some reason. I don't know why you'd want to. You can't buy them for your friends because they have to have the reputation to open the thing. They have to, or they have to get to actually dig it up and get the thing. They actually have to buy the map themselves, right? Because you get an event or something,
Yes.
custom, whatever it's called.
You're right.
We did it on purpose so players couldn't do that. Couldn't just cheese it. That's neat. Yeah, but we need some sort of way to know which maps players have bought, because that is a problem. I know players, because like if you go like weeks or something like that without playing, or even months, God forbid, you know. If you go like months without playing and you need to buy another map, you're like, which ones have I bought so far? I don't remember. And there's really no way to know other than like asking in Discord, you know. So I don't know. Maybe we could have like them. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know.
Yeah.
I would like to just keep adding more of those maps, but that's also a bit of a problem.
Space Trilly 4 and just followed.
What? Who just followed? Oh, Sprinkleman, I miss your follow. Welcome in, thanks for the follow. And then Space Trillion. Space Trillion, sorry. Welcome in, thanks for the follow. We're in, we did it. Yep, because I'm streaming. It's open. Okay, note to self, don't open Jeff again. Not on stream. My eyes are finally starting to get used to these glasses, but I think it's going to take a lot longer to get used to seeing myself in glasses. I keep looking over at the stream preview and I'm like, what's on my face? It's neat. Okay, anyway, we have this holiday that got in and we saved it. Cool. And then we added them to fishing tourneys in. This one did not get in. Frostfall. Witch's Eve. Okay. I guess I just didn't save Frostfall. Glad I double checked that. Okay, so what we'll do is when we go into our global event manager, we load the event here. Afterward, we'll do this. We can also do this. Get our time manager. Do set holiday. Set current holiday event. This is not replicated. It's not replicated. Interesting. It needs to be replicated. It's not replicated because it's been one of those things that we just set manually. It's never been something we set in game. Okay, so if we set this way, what I'm concerned about is this will not be set when we start up the game. Oh yeah, it will, because it's replicated. Yep, it's fine. So back to global event manager, we set it here. We set it to get holiday. That goes here. So now if this is none, if this event is not a holiday, then we'll just set it there. One more problem is, we need to set this no matter what, and we have return nodes here like the new event is not valid. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do this. This should fix the problem. That should fix it, yes. Meaning we just actually don't need this. We just set this to none. I think that fixes it. We have other return nodes though. We have one right here. So was yesterday's event the same as today's? Then we don't need to do anything. That's fine. If it was, we unload the last level, which is fine. And then we load the new levels. On completed, we'll set the current event. If it's not valid, there's no event today. So let's say yesterday's event was Witch's Eve, and then today's event, Witch's Eve, is ended, so there's no more events. We'll unload Witch's Eve. We'll go down here. There's no event today, so we'll just set this to none, and then we just move on. We don't do anything else. We don't. Oh, but you know what we need to do? Even if we end this event, we still need to set our current event to none. So we got to do this up here too. I guess since there's nothing here, we'll just set it to null. This is getting a little bit tight. Okay, that's better. So we'll set it to none and then set the current calendar event to none too. Okay, cool. That should solve that problem. Yeah, that means that if we have someone here, we can actually do it. Well, we gotta open that level. That's fine. Let's open their level. Let's save everything. I'm afraid to open levels and things like now, or like that now. Recent levels, NPC dev map. Name redeem Jeff with 3 Fs. Jeff is. I don't think I'm gonna put Jeff in the game. He was supposed to be in Alaran City, but since Alaran City is very, very likely not gonna show up anytime soon, the only way Alaran City is gonna happen is if we hit 1.0 and like some crazy miracle happens and the game makes like, you know, $500,000 or something over like a year. Then I can hire someone or a team or whatever, and we can go through and re-optimize the game and like, yeah. The only way new zones are going in, other than Bone Reach. Bone Reach is the one zone that I would like to add in after the fact, if the game does well enough for me to justify hiring one person to do it with me, because I don't want to do it alone. I don't know who I would hire. It would probably need to be, I think, a level designer or content like developer, like someone who can like go in and learn how our content is built, dive through our like code and stuff, and like kind of figure out how things work, and then help me like just build out like quests. Honestly, like, yeah, like just build out quests, do level design enemies with me, like things like that. Like just kind of a jack of all trades person. But if I could afford to hire them, we would do Bone Reach. Otherwise, it might be something that I chip away at over time if I feel up to it, but I'm not going to make any promises about releasing it. Yeah, and then if the game for some reason like really blows up, then I would definitely like, yeah, like if it's big enough that people like really want more content, I would do one of two things. Either we would start building a sequel, because I do think if it got big enough that like we could justify making like hiring a whole team and redoing everything so we could build a sequel, then I think I could be justified to do it. Not really super excited about doing that and then like shooting ourselves in the foot and hiring a whole team and rebuilding a whole new game and then getting in the same hot water we were in the first time. So maybe not. But I do like the idea of like hiring a team to like go through and like help me rebuild, or not rebuild, but build all the zones that we were missing. That would be cool. Is Mistaken Isles the last one? No, technically we shouldn't have opened this level and I could have showed you. I guess we could bring in the Tyrwin terrain. Do I dare do this? Let's right click it first so I can load in the background. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, that's the Frostfall portal. I thought that was in Sleepy Haven. Whatever. So technically speaking, also don't pay no attention to this giant body of water here. This is just like, this is this dev levels thing. It's not supposed to be here. So Azura's first one, Farmland's obviously second, then we go to Windless Woods, and then we go to Delver's Pass, then Bone Reach, and then it probably would have been Iris Lake, maybe? Maybe even Iris Lake is the same level as Bone Reach. I'm not sure. And then I think it would be Mistaken Isles. Mistaken Isles also could be the last zone. I don't know. The order really doesn't matter that much after this point. After Bone Reach, the order could be kind of whatever. There's also supposed to be this zone here, which is basically like a big long road, essentially, that goes through the whole zone. There wouldn't be like a town. There might actually, yeah, there's kind of supposed to be a town. I don't know. This would be what's this called? Blackrook Vale, and it's like a haunted area. It's essentially like the Balverine zone in Fable is exactly what my brain goes to when I think of this zone. Like, you know, like the first Fable, when you have to escort the merchant guys through the Balverine zone, and you're like going down like the spooky road in like the like ghostly kind of like zone. That's what I'm picturing this zone to be like. So it'd be like a bunch of ghosts, maybe zombies or something, skeletons and stuff like that. And obviously I would love to do like some werewolves, but who knows? But lots of ghost enemies in there. Maybe some like cultists and stuff too would be cool. Anyway, and then there'd be Everwood. I think Northwest North was supposed to be like the last zone. That was kind of intended to be like the hardest, like final zone. Or Dragonlands, but Dragonlands has been completely scrapped. That's like 0. Oh, you know what we need to do? I forgot about this, but Jana, the Kickstarter reward, one of the Kickstarter rewards was the Draken. That was an unlock. So we have to get the Draken race in. And if we're gonna put the Draken race in, it has to be an unlockable race. It can't just be a race you just get. So I gotta build that system too. And we gotta design the Draken race. So I'm kind of tempted just to do like, I don't know. We would just do like some scales or something along the face or something. And around the body, I guess. That might be the best way to do it, because I don't really want to like try to redesign the face. I tried to do it a few times with like a jaw. I guess we could do like a bottom jaw like the orc do and just have like some sharp teeth. That was my voice to, or my alert to text, which saying that duck matcha followed. Duck matcha? Is that how you spell matcha? Like the tea? It's just M-A-C-H-A. Whatever. Welcome and thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, we gotta do the Draken race too. So we gotta do the Draken race. We gotta do Kickstarter weapons. And then I'm gonna do a cleanup pass of the quest in Azura. We're just gonna clean up some of the quests, delete some of the old ones that are like nothing quests, or overhaul their rewards. Like the Captain James quest, like right in the beginning, right? And there's a couple other quests that are like similar to that, where it's just like there's no reward for it. It's just stupid. So we'll do that. This peanut butter whiskey is really good, but there's definitely a lot of sugar in it, which like coats my teeth. And that's the worst part about it. Ad break is starting soon. Matcha? Oh, okay. So yes, it's duck matcha. Ad break is starting in 45 seconds, guys. Just a heads up. I usually miss them, but I'm just warning everyone right now that it's coming up. And if you'd like to dodge the ads and support the channel at the same time, you may subscribe. You can use your Prime sub as well if you've got that hanging around. Okay, let's take this tier 1 level back out so we can go back to testing things. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is going to work. What are we looking for? We're looking for the global event manager. We can put an NPC in here for testing. Who's an NPC that gives you new dialogue for... Oh, we can't do that. I guess we could for Witch's Eve. We could also just put Witch's Eve in here. Oh, we need to go through and put all the levels actually on these so we can test it properly. Like I have sub-levels to load, but it's just Frostfall portals. Frostfall filters level. Why is that? Oh, I'm blind. Not the title. Sleepy Haven. And then we have Frostfall portals, Frostfall NPCs. Frostfall always loaded. I honestly don't know if any of these even have stuff in them anymore. And the last one is just Frostfall. We are copy pasting just in case. Okay, and let's go to Witch's Eve. What does he want?
He's building a fort.
Aw. Okay, already got that one. Oh, that's the title. Okay, those are done then. Never mind. Just kidding. Delete that. Okay, cool. Done. So those should be working, and then the thing should work too. The holiday event. So this should all. I think this is all working. The only thing I want to do now is add that fade out. Widget calendar. No widget. Where's the other widget we were working on? Did we close it on accident, or did it not get reopened? I guess. Calendar day. Save. There's a couple other things, like we need to make the calendar placeable. We need to put the calendar in the world somewhere so people can interact with it, like maybe in the Where do you guys think we should put calendars, actually? Where should you be able to go to find a calendar before you have your own? We get player shops. No, because there's a bunch of issues with them. There were issues that like were really difficult for me to fix, if I remember correctly. What were the issues with them? Should we go look? We have the player shop item. You can place them. I don't leave any notes for myself, so that's good. Very, very good. You'd think that I would have left a note that says, hey, this is the reason we can't do this. Or this is the reason I have given up on this right now. Cycling this forces the on rep to call, even though we won't change the index. That is some sketchy stuff right there. I don't know that. I mean, like, what else are you supposed to do? It's got to be initialized, so I don't know. I guess you could just like call it. I bet you could just call it yourself, right? Like, why couldn't we just call it ourselves? Could you call it ourselves? Let's see. Let's just call on rep. Maybe you can't. Set item index. Yeah, I guess you can't do it. Interesting. Anyway, can I double click this? Oh, it's not even in here. It's in the parent. That's fine. I don't remember. Called on server when item is bought player component to RPC. On interact. Yeah, I don't remember what happened or what was wrong here. There was some complicated stuff and I do not remember what it was. It's been a while, but there was definitely some things that I was trying to set up and it just wasn't working. We can play with it. I can look into it again, but it's not something that's on the list. As of right now, it's not on the must-have list for 1.0. The must-have list for 1.0 is Kickstarter stuff, which must mean the Draken race. I didn't think about that until just now. The Kickstarter stuff, the skill trees, including the not combat overhaul, but the rebalance, like the combat rebalance. Which also means we need to kind of rethink some of the skill trees because there's going to be some empty skill spots, right? I guess the skill trees are not active right now, so I can't even test them to show you. But there's going to be empty skill stuff at the top. Hey, what's up, A-Night? What happened to that one 2D clicking game that I helped you with the Z ordering setting for sorting? Yeah, that was literally about a year and a couple weeks ago. We started that. It was intended to be a 3-month project and we were planning on releasing it by summer. And then we just kind of like put it on hold and put it on hold and put it on hold. And then mostly just for like Swords and Magic stuff. A game jam happened last year around this time that we decided to put that on hold for, which was good because we got second place and won like $5,000. That was cool. And then we were about to start it back up and we wanted to release it by the end of the year. And then a publisher reached out and they were like, hey, we really like this game. We'd love to work with you. And I was like, perfect, let's work together. Here's everything we have. And they're like, great, send us more. And we sent them more. And then we waited like 2 months and they finally got back and they were like, sorry, holidays. And we're like, it's cool, ready to work together. And they're like, nope, we're not interested. Too much of a risk for us. And I'm like, then why did you reach out? Like, I don't know. Like, why did you reach out? You could have just looked at the trailer. I don't know. But yeah, so no publisher. And that just ended like last month. So it's back on the table for us as a self-publish. And we are very tempted to work on it. There's actually a festival coming up that we think it would fit perfectly into for Steam. Can't tell you anything about it. That's NDA. But it gave us like kind of a deadline to get it done by. But I'm actually thinking it'd be better to launch it before that festival, which we're not going to be able to do. Like weeks, like a couple weeks before would be ideal. So we can like get the launch window, and then we're in the festival, and then we'll like double spike that sales thing. But also Steam does like a bunch of promotion stuff, excuse me, for like a month after you launch, I believe, remember correctly. So it almost would be better to launch a month before, so we can get the full like effect of that, and then have the festival spike after that for a week or however long the festival goes on for. So I don't know, we're in a weird spot. You weren't aware of that? Yeah, it's it kind of sucks. But yeah, they decided that it was just too much of a risk. It wasn't like, I don't know why. We give them like a budget and everything, and I was tempted to write back to them and be like, hey, wait, listen, what if we asked for no money and we didn't have any budget, and you guys just marketed the game and took, you know, a cut or whatever, like whatever the cut you guys want. Because they would also help us port the game, which would have been huge. That honestly would have been enough right there to give them a cut. Because if we get onto the consoles and onto mobile and things like that, I think that would have been huge. But I'm not prepared to do all that for this game. It's just too small for me, and I don't think it's worth the $10,000 goal that we're aiming for. But yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, we're aiming for like a small release. It's not gonna be anything crazy, I don't think. The goal is like $10,000. So we're gonna reach out to any streamers and YouTubers that we can find that we think would like it, but we're not gonna go like super nuts on the marketing for it, because it's not a game that we think is gonna like blow up, and we're not expecting it to blow up, and it's fine. So but yeah, we probably have a month of work on it before it's like ready to go. And that was actually what we were supposed to be doing this month. The goal was get Swords and Magic ready for the spring sale, early, like finished by like this month, so we had however long it is until the spring sale. You know it's coming, but I can't tell you when. And it was just done in like testing and like ready to like polish up to like launch for the spring sale. And then we were going to work the rest of the month entirely on Seeking Adventure and get that out. But it's on Steam. The demo's up on Steam. You can go play it. Seeking Adventure. It got pretty good not reviews. It got pretty good feedback when we launched it on Steam. The demo is a little out of date. We added another level or two to the demo, and we haven't put it out yet, but I need to do it. And new features, a bunch of new polished stuff, and like quality of life things. Like there's just a bunch of new quality of life things. Like when you pick up an item, they just makes a sound, and you don't know what happened to it. And now it like flies across the screen and goes into your inventory, so you know exactly where it is. There's a lot of cool little features like that now that are not in the current demo. But yeah, try it out. Another day, another stream. What's up, Bane? It's going well. I'm having a great day. Got a lot of work done today. Finished up 100% of my work on Trail and Error today. So I messaged Worka and I was like, dude, I'm done. Like, I'm finished. Everything is done. And he's like, cool. And then I have to wait 1 week. I'm waiting 1 week to make sure that he's happy with everything, and there's nothing else I need to change or modify or alter or like fix or add or anything like that he needs. And then I'm deleting every single file, including the project from my computer. Everything will be deleted and gone. And I already sent him all the project files and everything, so he has access to everything he needs. Which I know sounds drastic, but an extreme and like weird. Why would I do that? But that's in the contract, so I have to. But I'm kind of hoping he comes back and he's like, hey, instead of you deleting all the files, how about we just sign a new contract and you can do this and this and this? And I'll be like, yes, let's do it. But we'll see what happens. I'm also very happy with just being done and seeing the game launch and see what happens. And I'm sure he probably doesn't want to keep paying me more money until he knows that the game's going to make any money. So there's a good chance that when it launches, maybe he'll come back and want to bring me on to like add some DLC or some just extra content. He's planning on releasing in early access, I believe. So there will be more updates after that. So he might need more art for it. So there's a chance I'll be working with him again in the future. And he's already talked about a bunch of new games too. And I literally just pitched him a Souls-like RPG the other day because he was talking about it on a stream. And I was like, you know, if you want to make a Souls-like RPG, here's a whole mood board I put together, and here's like a whole pitch that I put together for what could work, what could be really cool. So that could be neat. If that happens and that turns into like a more long-term like thing, then I'll be streaming that, and it'll obviously be a much bigger project. It'll probably take up the rest of the year, but I will be getting paid for it, so it'll be worth it. Which will also push Swords and Magic back, just a heads up. If there's like a big project or a contract or something that comes up that I need to do. I'll be honest, be open and honest about that. Anyway, I'm just double checking that we have YouTube chat working. It looks like we did, yeah. I hate when I realize like an hour or two into stream that we are been ignoring our YouTube chatters. There's also a bunch of bugs we gotta do. We gotta fix some bugs for our 1.0 release. And I think most importantly is just skill trees and getting a bunch of bugs fixed, and then cleaning up a bunch of stuff from the what's it called? I want to clean up a bunch of things from Azura. Like for example, right when you start the game, Kelch gives you a quest to like basically tells you like, you know, hey, there's this guy named Tooth. He's like, you know, attacking tier 1 or whatever. That's gonna have to change. You know, it's gonna have to like turn into like, can you deliver this love letter to someone or I don't know, like whatever. It can be anything, but basically we have to change the whole like storyline of the game if we're not releasing Bone Reach at 1.0, because 1.0 has to be inclusive, right? It has to have everything in it. Tooth, more like toot. I guess so. Another thing we could do, and I've considered this too, is that little section of Bone Reach before you get to the canyon. There's a possibility it's like where the trees are chopped down. We could put Tooth there and just like not have anything behind him. Like he's just sailed there or something. Maybe we put a bunch of ships there or something and he's landed there to take over, and maybe Bone Reach is in a different continent or something, we'll say, or like across the sea or whatever. And he could have just built boats and sailed across because it was easier than mining through or whatever. It doesn't matter, or you know, building whatever to get through the cliffs or something there. So he could have just taken boats across and is still invading, and we could have a boss fight with him still if we wanted to do that. I would also, this is like a wish list item, but I don't think this is going to happen. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing out my wish list items because this is on the list that I would like to get done. I would also love if we could build like a single dungeon with a big boss fight in it, or at the very least do the spider boss. That'd be great. We have weather now. Let's see, what is the season? /set time 24.99. It is month 1, so it's spring. Set season winter. Let's see if it actually stops raining and turns to, oh. What? Why did that happen instantly? That's wild. Why did that happen instantly? That's never happened instantly before. I wonder if this is a level specific reason or issue. You guys think we should open up their level and test it and make sure that's not broken? Me too. What were we testing there? We were going to test the shop items, I think. I think it's giving me a headache today. My eyes are still not fully adjusted to them yet. Everything still looks a little wobbly. Then I take them off and everything's like just as wobbly, and then I feel like almost like claustrophobic. Like I'm like, oh my god, I can't see with them, I can't see without them. Now I've ruined my eyes. But after like 5 minutes, it goes away. Okay, let's test in here. But yeah, we could always put like the Tooth boss fight in there and still keep that in. It'd just be like a big boss fight you have to do at the end. I don't know. Access none, trying to read global event manager. Hold on. Did we screw something up here? Global event manager. Oh my. Oh, this is actually probably fine. That means we probably had like hundreds of these global event managers hanging out. I set up a new thing, so this Rama save thing is an interesting thing. It's a plugin we use called Rama Save, and it lets us attach components onto our actors and then set up variables that we save on them, and allows also like spawns them back in on begin play, which is cool. Whenever we load a game, it'll just automatically spawn them in. It's very, very useful for a lot of things in our game. The problem is that if you forget to set up the ID, so if I drop in an item that like needs to be saved, like say like I don't know, a chest or forge, like this forge over here. If I drop this in and I don't set up an ID and I leave it at 000, what happens is it spawns and it works fine the first time, but every time you log into the game, that one that spawned is set then to 000 as the ID. So the next one that spawns in, it like bugs out because it's like, whoa, this already exists. So it spawns it at 000 or 000 in the world. So at the root of the world. And then just sits there and does nothing. And then every single time you log in, it saves that like new location and spawns it over and over and over and over again. The Savior autosave plugin, I'll have to look into that one. I like Rama, but I've been using it since 4.26. But like whatever my next big project is, I want to like test out another save system to see if I like it better. Rama's awesome though. We reached out to him specifically directly, Rama, the developer of it. And he literally gave us like a custom version of the plugin for our specific use case, like specific for Swords of Magic, for certain things that we had to do. And I honestly can't remember what the issue was, but it was very specific to our situation because of something else we were doing. And he was like, yeah, I'll fix that for you. And he like wrote extra like functions and stuff in his code for us. So that's awesome. Like he's a really cool guy. And I like working with his stuff. It's pretty good. And I really do like Rama Save. We used it in our MMO Maker game too, and it saved the day. Like it made our save system like super easy to set up. It took me like maybe 2 hours to set up the whole save system and build the whole save system that normally would have taken like probably a whole day or more of the jam. And it was a 7-day jam. I think it was 7 days. Yeah. And we got so much stuff done in that game because of that. It was super handy. So I love a good save system. But yeah, so if we don't get rid of that 00, if that Rama ID or whatever, if we don't set that ID, then we keep stacking up more and more of those actors. At one point we like didn't realize that was happening, and then we realized that in people's games they had like 60, 100, 200 of these like forges and stuff, like not just the forge but like many other things too, NPCs, vendors, all kinds of stuff sitting at their 000, like hundreds of items just sitting there, which were just like eating away at resources. They were just spawned in there hanging out. And when we finally figured that out, we put in like some measures to like delete them. But I just put in like a really good measure for some of our things, especially like our singletons or our manager classes. So now when it starts up, it literally like I built a macro and everything for it, so I can drop it in wherever I want. It starts up and checks to see if the ID is 0000000, whatever it is, and if it is, it just deletes it. So that way, like, yeah, and so that's why I had that error a second ago, because I didn't set that Rama ID. Which means all of those ones that I had sitting at 000 during gameplay have now been deleted, which is very handy. Anyway, what the hell are we doing? We press play to test what? Oh, seasons. /set season winter. So that seems to not be instant, and it's working. Thank God. I fixed some weird issues with the season thing, because we had like some weird number inconsistencies, and I think I fixed those today, and everything should be working better now. Seasons are working. Now let's do set time to 24.99, which that's the end of each day. We're on day 2 of month 4. We can do this until we get to the end, and we should load in Frostfall, except Frostfall is not in this level, so it will not load in. Oh, Frostfall and MFCs will, yes. But the Frostfall portals will not, and neither will Sleepy Haven. And here it is. This one right here will trigger Frostfall. So let's go fly over where we know we're gonna see it. Yeah, this won't load in anything. At all over here. It's only going to load in Frostfall way over here at Snow Peak. So Snow Peak should just be empty right now, and when we hit midnight again, it should load it in. But we also have a Frostfall always loaded, so there's a chance that everything's in there, and that's yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. The 000 items, yeah, that was like years ago, long time ago. Love how the snow slowly takes over. Me too. That's such a good effect. It makes the transition really nice between seasons, I think. Okay, let's fly up here so we don't get stuck inside of the house or something, and we'll do one more time. And then everything loads in nice and slow. Poof, there's everything. Here comes our buildings. Cool. So it's definitely gonna be a little bit of a chunk. That sucks. But I think that these can load in while the game is paused. I'm not positive, but I think it's like our fireplace isn't, your fire pit's not even here yet. Oh, that might be in a different layer actually, a different level that we're not loading in. Looks like the lighting isn't working either. Oh, and then it just randomly stopped snowing, like stop snowing. Yeah, definitely not everything is loading in here, but there's other like frostfall levels. I bet you all of the floors in like the upper stories of the houses are also not loaded in. Oh, they are. Oh, we might have put in like collision spots there that aren't loaded in. There's more levels that should be loaded in. So this isn't a bug. This is just a debug level issue. That's good. But yeah, this is working. That's huge. I like that. If people, ooh, North is North, yeah. It would be really cool to get North is North in. If people had any idea the insane amount of work making a game is, they would think differently about them, I think. It's brutal. You know, J-Dog, I couldn't agree more. When I play games on, I don't think I've ever left a negative review for a game on Steam. You think I have? Yeah. I have? You know I have? He doesn't know I have. I do think like, okay, so like there are some games on Steam that definitely deserve negative reviews. Don't get me wrong. Like I think there's some games where like the developer just should not have put that game out yet. Either not yet or not at all, right? Like there are definitely a lot of places where games should have been taken more care to build or whatever. But if you can tell a developer like has attempted it, you know, and is like put in the time or work or whatever, like it's so much work. It really, really is so much work. There's so many little things that go wrong, that can go wrong, that have issues. Like it's just funny. Like whenever I remember when I was helping one of my an old friend of mine work on one of his first games. I'll never forget this. He was like, I'm trying to do this thing and it's like not doing what I want it to do. And I'm like, well, what are you trying to do? And I don't remember what it was. I wish I remember exactly what the specific thing was. It was almost like talking to an NPC or something, or like it was like a combat system or something. It might have been like swinging a sword or something. I don't know. And he was like, I think might have been swinging a sword because he struggled with the combat system for a little while. And I think it was like, he was like swinging a sword, and then he was like setting it up to like do damage to the enemy or whatever. But he wasn't like doing a line trace or anything. He was just like calling like a do damage or something function or whatever that was like on the player or something. And he's like, I don't understand why the enemy is like not taking damage. And I'm like, well, did you tell it to like tell the enemy that needs to take damage? And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't get why like it should know what I'm trying to do. Like I obviously it's like swinging a sword. It should know like what I'm trying to do. And I don't know what it was. Like I understand where he was coming from. And at the time it wasn't as dumb as that. But yeah, it was like this realization that like he had to tell the game and the computer to do exactly what he wanted it to do. It was like that. Have you guys ever seen that like meme that kind of went around for a while, or like, I don't know if it's a meme, whatever. Where it was like the parents like make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but their kids have to give them the instructions. So the kids are like, put the peanut butter on the bread. So the dad like picks up the jar of peanut butter and sets it on the loaf of bread, you know? And they're like, no, Dad, not like that. And then they're like, take the lid off the peanut butter, put the knife in the peanut butter. So they put it in like handle first, whatever. It's just like the kids have to realize like that's such a good programming exercise, whatever, because you have to realize like this computer's really stupid, and if I want something to happen, I have to tell it exactly what I want it to happen. Like Unreal doesn't like know, hey, I'm building a combat system, therefore when my sword swings it should do damage to an enemy, right? And people don't get that. Like there's this like whole mental like layer that you like just don't grasp until you start programming or start developing games, where you finally start realizing how that kind of stuff works. And it's, I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. Most people who don't program don't seem to realize that every little thing needs to be implemented individually. It takes actually doing it yourself to understand that. 100%. Yes, exactly. Severi. Exactly. I like to tell people it's like making tea. They tell me to put water in the kettle and turn it on, except where do you get your water? What's a kettle? How do you power it on? Yes. How do you power it? Exactly. That's exactly how programming works. when you get into programming, one of the most famous like problems is the door problem, especially like in game development. It's all in game. It's entirely game development. The door problem is, I don't know if we even have doors in this area. No, they're not even loaded in. So this is the first door problem. Is how do you get doors into your game? But the door problem is basically like, where is this guy at? The door problem is like, okay, so I want a door in my game, right? But then the next question is, okay, well, should it open? How does it open? Does the player have to push it open? What happens if the player is standing on the other side of the door, or another player is standing on the side of the door, or an NPC is whatever, when you push it open? What happens then? What happens, should it make sounds? Should it make sounds when it like when it closes? Should it make sounds when it opens? What happens if the player's standing in the way when it's supposed to close? Should it push the player out of the way? Should it like just slide through the player? Should the player have to like, what happens if the door is locked? What happens if you want an NPC to walk through the door? There's just like a million issues with just having a door in your game. That's literally it. Like, you want a door in your game? Great. It takes you like 2 minutes to set it up to make the door actually like function. But there's a billion questions you have to ask yourself and answer before the door can actually work. And it's, I don't know, it's a lot. And that's one issue, right? Now you have a billion other things you want to add to your game, and every single one of those has the same level of complications or more. I think people don't realize that every game you have to make, say, a horse riding system, they probably think it's off the shelf. Yeah, I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people see like, well, this game or this thing existed in, you know, Dark Souls, so how come you don't just put that in your game? You know, it already exists. Why not just put it in your game? You know, like there's a crafting system in Minecraft. Just use that crafting system. You know what I mean? Like people is just like there's like I don't know if they think like there's like a marketplace of like all these game systems and you just grab what you want and it works in your game or what. But yeah, a lot of people don't understand that all those things need to be built like from scratch. Elder Scrolls, just put a loading screen in between every door. Yeah, that's the way to do it. But that's even that itself is the problem, right? Like, and that's how they solved it. Like, how do we make doors work? Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, if the door is locked, you dance and you have to specifically touch exactly 1 pixel on the door, and the specific pixel is randomized. I mean, why not? It's a miracle any game has been made. No kidding, right? No kidding. Okay, so Frostfall worked. We should have kept going to make sure Frostfall unloaded. That would have been a really good idea, but I'm sure it's fine. Another thing we really need to save, or we need to check out, is multiplayer and loading in during a like Frostfall event. But I'm kind of just willing to. I think we just give that to our testers. This is one of those situations where it's like we could go test that. We could also just ask testers to check it out because they have to test all this stuff anyway, and if it's not working, then whatever. And this is the reason like the testers hate me sometimes, and I don't blame them. I mean, we use packages in programming. Why not for game code? Yeah, it's true. I mean, there's like, and that's the thing too, is like there is some level of that, right? Like there's definitely a lot of, there is a level of like, hey, this is a thing in this game. Why not just use it in this one? Like libraries and stuff, right? Like Unreal Engine, right? Like if you want collisions in your game, or a physics engine, or lighting, or whatever, like those things do exist, and you can use them from different games essentially. All my code is broken up into reusable packages, Red. Honestly, that's such a cool way to make a game, in my opinion. If you can do it. I mean, there's definitely like some things that are gonna have to be like super specific for your game, for a specific game. But like, yeah, if you can like modularize all of your code in a way that like doesn't add like, you know, tedium or whatever to your development process, then like that's a huge win. If you can literally just open a new project and say, you know, I think I'm going to use the combat system from this game that I made. I'm going to load in my inventory system from this one. I want my movement system from this one. The crafting system from that game. Like if you have all these modular things and you just like have tweaked them over the years and you can just drop them in and then set them up, that's huge. You're essentially just making like an asset flip out of your own work, which is great. Who cares? Another thing, like I think like we could definitely do with Swords and Magic if we ever did want to make like a spin-off or something, which I don't think I will, but if I ever did, we would definitely, we just use the same assets again. Like if we were made like a spin-off like survival crafting game, which we've talked about doing before, why not just use all the same assets? Like I'd probably use the same like terrain. I'd just probably just like change it up, right? It's like sculpt it in different places and stuff. Obviously we get rid of all the towns and everything and like clean those up and make them all into like wildlands and stuff instead anyway. But anyway, Dog, I tested some real tedious stuff before. Yeah, that's true. Our testers have been through the ringer, that's for sure. I don't know what they think is always an interesting question. My significant other said, it's so dumb that they put both people on one screen, and I had to explain the concept of screen peeking. Yeah. That's funny. They put both people on one screen. What game were you talking about, Severi? I asked if she expected everyone to have multiple monitors, and what about consoles? Oh, I see, like a split screen game. But she didn't know what she expected. I think a lot of people don't think about it past the initial point. That's true. And on like I know I've been guilty of that before, you know, like with other things like websites or whatever, like Godot, for example. Here's a good example. I was literally just working in Godot over the weekend for a game jam, and we were doing some crunching to get it done. It did get done, by the way. You can go play it. I don't know if it's like the best game jam I've ever been a part of. We didn't really get enough done, and I think the concept was a little flawed to begin with, but it came out okay. It was fun. But anyway, like this whole section down here, right? See how like when I hover over these, you guys see that it's like lights up, right? So Godot doesn't have that. So if you have your thing scrolled out like this, also notice that this like scales with it. So Godot, this whole section right here stays snapped to this side, and this section here stays snapped to this side. So your details panel or your inspector, whatever, is split from the right to the left, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's fine. The problem is there's no way for me to know which button here, which of these tick boxes goes with this over here in Godot. They don't highlight, they don't light up, they don't have like alternating colors or anything like that like you'd see like in a menu. You have no way of knowing. So you just have to, you either have to scroll this all the way back till they're like close together so you can see which one is which, like this, or you have to guess until you click the right one. And I was like, this is so stupid. Why do they not just fix this? And I was like, first of all, I know it's easy to fix that because it's just UI work, right? That is an easy fix. But it's still like, it's one of those things where like, I don't actually know what it would take to fix that. Like, yes, I've built UI that does that before, like with alternating like backgrounds or whatever on each line to like differentiate them so you can trace them through, which is like our whole setting system does that, right? Like, and I set that up. I also built it in our fishing tournament thing. I built it in a bunch of places where you like do the alternating colors. It's just in code, it's easy. But like I'm guilty of that kind of stuff, right? Where I'll like see something in a website or whatever, I'll be like, this is so stupid. Why don't they just do it like this? And it's like, but you don't actually think through like what the actual solution is. Okay, well, saying why don't they just do it like this is the actual solution. But a lot of people don't like something. Like, for example, someone was complaining about like our dialogue being boring or something. And it's like, well, what, or like they just want to skip the dialogue because it's like there's dialogue or whatever, and they're like, I don't like the dialogue. But it's like, well, what's the alternative here? We just don't have dialogue in the game, so players just walk up and look at an NPC. The quest pops up next to them, and then they just accept it. And when they come back and stand next to the NPC, the quest gets completed. Like, how do you make a game without dialogue? You don't like the dialogue, so you're not reading it. So therefore, what's the solution here? Like, should we just have voice acting? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't, like a lot of players don't think about the solution. It was actually someone's unreleased FPS game they were working on. I was thinking of my time playing Halo split screen growing up though. Yeah.
So done.
Dude, what are you doing?
Well, it's
You broke your dresser? Come here. Quinn just walked in holding the base of his dresser. He's 3. What?
seriously.
What are you? How did you do this?
Seriously, the best.
Just followed.
Here you go. He just walks in and he goes, I broke this.
Okay. You're gonna take everything.
He just walks in going, I broke this. Doesn't know his own strength. Oh my god. Kids are hilarious. Someone works on that. What are they not working on? That's true, Hookshot. That's a good point. And I actually did think about that, is I was thinking like this is a small indie like engine that's like open source and being contributed to by a lot of devs. So like that does take away vital resources from something that's probably more pressing, like, you know, serious issues. And that's the kind of stuff that like, that's the reason I love Unreal Engine. I know this is like picky of me or whatever, but like Unreal's already been through the gamut, right? It's been around for so long that eventually someone got around to adding the highlight behind your the details panel. You know what I mean? So it's like all those little tiny polished things like add up, man. When you're working on a video game and you're putting thousands and thousands and thousands of hours into it, I mean, God, I must have 100,000 hours in Unreal Engine, right? Like it's got to be so many. I don't even know how many hours. Like that kind of stuff adds up. Like it saves you tons of time and makes your like development time so much smoother. So it's worth it. You know what I mean? Like I would rather make a 2D game in Unreal Engine, even though it's clearly not built for it, which I have. That's what Seeking Adventure is, essentially a 2D game built in Unreal Engine. It is a 2.5D game technically, but you can't tell. Like I built it in a way that you literally can't tell it's in 3D at all. And the only reason I did it, and that is so stupid, I literally did it just so when things fell out of trees, they could bounce on the ground. Because I didn't want to like build a fake like gravity system. So I just used the Unreal Gravity, set everything back like this, and then it just falls out of the back like this, tilts back like this. And then when it falls out, it just bounces on the ground next to the tree. So it looks like it just falls out of the tree behind it a little bit. And it worked great. But yeah, there's like all these there's like just so many like features in Unreal Engine. I know it's bloated. I know there's way more stuff in here than I'll ever need to use, but like, I don't care. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it and have to build it myself. And when Lewis joined the team working in Unreal Engine from Unity, it was like wild watching him do so much work and then me coming in and going, no, Lewis, that's built in, watch. And then you just one node, buddy, and you just have to like drive the node in, and I showed him and he'd be like, oh my God, this was gonna take like 4 hours to build. And I'm like, yeah, it's done for you here. Just drop it in, move on. Like he saved a lot of time with a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong, there's also a lot of things in Unity that like they do better, you know, where like Unreal was a pain to work with for him. But for the most part, there was a lot in Unreal that he was not expecting, that he was pleasantly surprised by. Does that mean he's working in Unreal from now on? No, it doesn't, because there are definitely a lot of advantages to the other engines. But that's why I like Unity also. If someone works on that, yeah, like Unity also has a lot of that. Don't get me wrong. Unity has also been around for a long time and has done a lot of the stuff that, like a lot of the heavy lifting to make the engine great. But I still think it's even worse off than Unreal is. We should set up the like. Nah, never mind. Do you guys think we should just like not be able to parry the golem? Like, how are you parrying this? You know what I mean? Makes no sense. No engine is bad, maybe except the one they use at Bethesda. I doubt the Bethesda engine is bad. I think it's just, it's good for what they'd use, for what they're doing with it. Did they switch engines with Elder Scrolls 6, or is it or they just did a complete overhaul of the engine or something? I can't remember. I really like Godot a lot. So I don't know. I used Godot for the last week doing a game jam. I really liked working in GDScript a lot. Like I really did like working in GDScript. A lot of it was still over my head. I was still struggling a lot. I had to ask a lot of like GPT questions and Google a lot of stuff. I watched through the first Brachy's tutorial, probably got like 3/4 of the way through, and then it kind of just took off from there on my own. Because I prefer just playing around with things and learning than I do watching like going through a whole tutorial. That said, the Brachy's tutorial I probably should just follow it through, because there was a lot of questions I had where I struggled for like 30 minutes trying to figure it out, that if I just kept watching, it would have solved those questions for me. But there was also a lot of things that I feel like the tutorial did not necessarily the most correct way. Like instead of actually building in a condition to like check to see if you're colliding with the player, for example, like in your kill zones and stuff like that, they just set it up to like with collision channels, which is actually probably the most correct way to do it. But I would have rather known how to like set that up with code. I feel like that would have been more powerful. Just whatever. But who knows? I guess collision responses is fine too.
Wait.
Yeah, the battery's dead, buddy.
Oh.
It's not broken. It just needs new batteries, and we don't have any right now. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe we can put some batteries in tomorrow. Maybe when we go night-night. Should we put some batteries in before we go night-night? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the handle? That part is broken. That part, if you get, I can fix for you. Anyway, I dislike Godot, but it's fine. The game has magic. It don't need to make sense. I disagree. I think magic does need to make sense in a game. Yeah, I'm more of a Star Wars than Star Trek guy. Like, I don't need the science and technology behind like the magic. I don't need the exact like how does this work like physically in the world or like mechanically in the world. But I want to know. I want it explained, even if it's in a very vague way. I want things explained. I prefer that. Anyway, but yeah. Anyway, I like GDScript a lot. I struggle with it a lot, but I really liked working with it. I actually liked GML a lot, and I love how GameMaker is like set up. And I always want to go make it like a little simple game in GameMaker, just because I think it's so much fun to work in. Because I love how their like coding language is like set up, like it's like nodes on a graph with each like node being like a code script. Like I think that's so cool, and I really love how it's set up. It's just really fun to work in. But I absolutely hate setting up all the collisions. It's so annoying to have to like code your own collisions in. That I hate that so much about GameMaker. So much. You fix it yourself. Good job. Oh, there we go. Now it's extra fixed. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I started learning to program in early GameMaker. Yeah. Me too. Actually, okay, can't do that, buddy. That's loud. Here, go play. Sorry. I started programming in, I guess, RPG Maker first, but I was definitely not typing code. I was just using the visual scripting, which is probably why I'm still to this day would prefer blueprints over typing code. But I'm not gonna lie to you, GDScript definitely dipped my toes in the water, and I liked the temperature, if you know what I mean. I really did like working in GDScript a lot. I think I'd work in Godot again if I was making a 2D game. I think if I want to make a 2D game, I would definitely use Godot. I think it has like the level of polish and the features that I need to make a full game. Like GameMaker is lacking some of those things, right? That's like a little too small for me. Mostly like the collision thing. Like that's just like a deal breaker for me. That's ridiculous. Like it's just, I don't know. Last time I tried using Godot or GameMaker, I was just like baffled that if I wanted like my player to like collide with a tile set, I had to write code to do it. Like that's like, why? Like, why isn't this just built in? You know, every single game has collisions in it. Just build it in there. Make a little collision tool that like you can drag collisions over things, add collision shapes to them. It's not that hard. I don't know why that's a thing. That like pissed me off. Like that just seems silly. But Godot does handle that really well, especially in 2D. I had a great time going through the Brachys tutorial and doing 2D stuff in Godot. I would absolutely love making a 2D game. But when we got into 3D, I don't think it's ready for 3D. I think working in 3D in Godot is like working in 2D in Unreal Engine. It's just not meant for it. It's not there yet. It needs a lot more work. They have the staples in there, like the boilerplate is there, but it needs so much more polish and so much more stuff. The only thing I like about it is you can make a 3D game for the web. That's the only thing I think that was like really cool about working in 3D in Godot. That was it. But I hated how the way they import models. I hate the way you have to set up materials in the models. I hate the way the material, like there's no material graph or whatever, like it's all shader code. I hate that. There's so many things about it that I just didn't like. I don't like the like post-processing effects, the ambient, the SSAO sucks. Like there's so many things in it I just did not like. So I will not be touching 3D in Godot again. But 2D is pretty good. Look up Pipsqueak. My friend makes that in GameMaker. It can do good stuff. Wait, what? Oh, look up Pipsqueak. I thought you were calling me Pipsqueak. I was so confused. I'll look it up. Yeah, that's probably dead. We can't play that right now anyway. It's too loud. And Abby's asleep. And Dad's streaming.
And Quinn should be asleep.
And Quinn's supposed to be in bed. You need to go get in bed.
No.
I liked GameMaker until I hit some issues, and that's when I realized Godot was better for me in that 2D style. Yeah, I think so too. It just sucks because GameMaker is just like, there's something about like small, like tiny engines, like super tiny lightweight engines that are just like easy to build stuff in and like fun to work in that I really like. That's why I really love the Game Maker like vibe. But yeah, it's just definitely missing some features that are useful for like any bigger development, I guess. Godot is nice for 2D. That's what we do. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Like I said, if I wanted, like so when I was looking through, I went to itch to get the Brackeys assets, and there's an asset on itch that I was looking at because it like popped up, and like recommended thing, whatever, when I was looking at the game assets, and I was like, oh my god, I want to make a game with this so bad. Let me see if I can find it. Just a heads up, there are some adult things sometimes that pop up on itch. I don't think I have a filter on. I don't know if you actually can have a filter on, so things, you might see some things that you wish you didn't see. So if you have a problem with that, you might want to put your hands over your eyes or something and wait till I tell you can look. I don't see it now, but there was like a 2D like it's like a mountain range. There we go. Scrolled past as fast as we could. There's like a 2D like not mountain range, like a fantasy like map. That was like, it was so cool, and I was like, oh man, it'd be so cool to build like a little like game out of this where you just like explore it and like, I don't know, it gave me some inspiration for sure, and I wanted to keep playing with this, and especially since I was just learning the engine too, so like everything I did felt like the best thing ever, you know when you're first learning a new engine or like learning a new language or whatever, and you make something work and you're just like, oh my god, I got it, like that worked, that's so cool. And then you like, there it is, I found it, this asset pack is so cool. Like I love this so much. I know it's just like a map maker and I could just go make these maps in like whatever that map making software is that I can't think of the name of now, but I thought this would be so much fun to like have a little character and like just like a pulled back like RPG kind of thing or something. I don't know about like turn-based battles or whatever, but it would just be cool to like, even if you just like got to a location, it popped up and like gave you dialogue on what happened there and like what your choices are. That'd be so cool. It'd be so much fun to build something like this. I just wanted to play it in this world and like goof around and like build stuff in Godot. But alas, I was prepping for a game jam, so I did not spend $20 on assets I didn't need to make a game that I had no plans to make. What in the world? 3 a.m. stream? It's only midnight for me. What's up, Ryu? Yeah, I've been streaming later, randomly here and there lately. I'm trying to move to like a more overnight or late night stream schedule. The problem is me not staying up until 4 a.m. The last few times I did it, I like, you just said hi? Oh wait, what? Are you saying you would do this in Godot? You just said it. Oh, got it. Sorry, I'm blind. Anyway, yeah, the problem is like, I like stream until like 1 or 2 a.m. because I'm just having fun and like drinking also, so that's a problem. And then I end the stream and I raid someone and then I stay up chatting, or I like do whatever else I'm gonna do over that after the stream for like 2 hours, and then I'm like, oh my god, it's 4 a.m. I need to go to bed. That's a problem. Oh, Oob's out of here. Good night, Oob. See you later. Look up. Hold on. Let me get caught up. I missed some stuff. Look up Pipsqueak. We need to look that up. Hang on. There goes the whiskey. AI overview. Pipsqueak is a derogatory term for a person or a thing that is small. So wait, your friend is making this? Oh, this looks so cool. This looks like, oh my god, the art is so good. I love this like crisp, colorful pixel art style. Is so much fun. I love that so much. I love like dark outlines on pixel art. This looks great. It kind of gives me Rogue Legacy meets what is the game? Spelunky. Should have just watched this, I guess. Oh, the animations are so good too. Dude, this looks really good. There's a demo. I might have to play this. Wow, those animations on the mushrooms are so good. Those are solid. This is gonna do really well, I think. I know it's a 2D platformer, and they are infamous for notoriously bad sales, but this has that polish. It has that level of polish that I think is really good. This is made in Godot, is that what you said? Or was it Game Maker? Game Maker. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't think Game Maker is a bad engine at all. I think it's just lacking some of the features that I would like to see. That was cool. I love the parry. I also love mice. You guys know I'm a sucker for like mice and like woodland critters and stuff. Like, I also used to have pet rats, so. And I would still, if I could get over the fact that they eventually die way sooner than I want them to. That part's hard. Anyway, Ryo here. Hi. I'll read yours now. I think if you were making an idle clicker game, an idle clicker Game Maker is super nice. Yeah, or there's many things that Game Maker's good at. Shooting game that looks interesting. You would use Pixel Pro for this. What? What's the matter? What? Ding dog. Sorry. Drama. Family drama. That was weird. My monitor just flickered, went off, came back on. Are you saying you would do this in Godot? Oh no, I was just looking. We were just talking. Kindred After Dark. The drinking is certainly a factor. Yeah, I had a beer with dinner, and then I had I bought this new it's a nitro stout. Shoot, what is it? It's Left Hand. Dang, I don't remember. I saw it in an airport, and I don't know what it was. I was like, I wonder what kind of beer that is, and I looked it up, and I was like, that sounds so good. And I found it's like similar to Guinness, and I was like, well, I love Guinness. I have to try this. And so I finally found it here nearby where I live. I saw it in an airport in Denver. So I finally bought a 6-pack of it. So I drank one for dinner. It was really good. And then I had whiskey, so I'm good. I'm not drunk by any means. So don't worry about me. But yes, the alcohol does keep me talking and keeps me alive for longer than I probably should be. Have fun, my friend. I'm at a conference this week, so I'm up later than normal. Oh, get out of here, Ryu. Wait, what's it called? I'm the same. It's called Left Hand. Left Hand Nitro. Hang on. They make a peanut butter one too that I really want to try, but I didn't want to try that first because I thought, I don't know. I just need to try it. It's called Left Hand Milk Stout Nitro. It's got like a lot of like chocolatey kind of notes to it. It's a little sweeter than peanut butter sounds so Washington. Is that what you mean by WA? Dude, the whiskey I'm drinking right now is Screwball, which is peanut butter whiskey. It is so good. It's so good. I love peanut butter though. I don't know. That's like my thing. That's my weakness when it comes to like snack food and stuff. It's all peanut butter. Anyway, but it's really good. But yeah, Left Hand Milk Stout. The regular one is not peanut butter, but it does have a lot of like chocolate notes to it. It's very like way more like rich than Guinness is, but I love Guinness. That's my favorite beer. Super cool. Let's try it. Yeah, I saw it at a random airport, and I was like, I want to try that, but I didn't want to buy a beer at the airport because first of all, it's gonna be like $15, and second, I was about to get on a plane with 2 children, and I was like, I don't know if drinking it right now is a good idea. So I've been looking for it forever. I don't know how I even remembered it, but I did. But yeah, the peanut butter is a big thing in Washington. I don't know why. I don't know why it's a Washington thing. I just assumed it's everywhere, but he's friends with Team Cherry. They already shouted him out once. That's huge. Bookshot, that's big. I will 100% be wishlisting that game. I would definitely play that. I do think that like I want a little more from like the combat, but that's like the RPG fan in me. That's like the fantasy RPG like guy in me. Like I would love to see like a little more in there, but that doesn't necessarily mean it needs that. It probably, in fact, it definitely does not need it. That's just what I would play more. That doesn't mean anything. Anyway, I shouldn't have moved that around. It's fine. This is what we were trying to set up, guys. I forgot. It's midnight. We've been live for almost 2 hours. And I have not done, well, I guess we fixed a bug, kind of a bug and then a potential bug. Let's call this fade in. This is the Sims music. You don't like the Sims music? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That's fine. Just order. Yes, I love the Sims music. This is render opacity. We're going to start this at 0. And we're going to take half a second. Set it to 1. We need to pause the game when this happens. I need to look up actually how the hell to pause the game. Should we ask GPT? Should we just Google it? Let's ask GPT. I know how to pause the game typically, like in single player, but in multiplayer it does not work. Have you ever just like type a word and it looks like you had a stroke? Like it's like none of the letters are right at all or in any correct order. I just did that. Okay. Oh, ad break starting soon, of course. Wait, pause the game? No, it needs to pause the game. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, Red. When Frostfall or Witch's Eve starts, here's what's gonna happen: is you're gonna see, you will like, hold on. Let's go grab Frostfall portals. You're gonna see this pop in. Okay, so pretend that this is actually loaded properly. You're gonna be like standing in Sleepy Haven. You'll be like, oh, it's midnight, pop, and then there's Frostfall. Now it's Frostfall time, and along with all of the decorations and everything, and anything else happening. Oh my god, I just realized there's one more major issue too. When Frostfall unloads, if you're still in Frostfall, we need to teleport players out of Frostfall, which is another issue. We're probably gonna have to send them home. So, and that means even if they're fighting the golem, it just is what it is. It's gonna unload, it's gonna send them home. So yeah, so what we need to do, imagine a troll coming online and pausing the game and going AFK in a multiplayer. No. Yeah, you misunderstood. When we switch to Frostfall, I want to basically like, when it switches, it'll hit midnight. I want to fade this. I want to like, here's what I'm kind of picturing. I think what we'll end up doing is is over the course of like 1 second, we'll take the game speed, like the time dilation, from 100% down to 0%, right? Did that make sense? Sorry, I'm showing the screen. I don't know why you guys are over here. Anyways, it'll like drain down to 0%. So you like slow down, right? And then stop. And then we'll fade the screen to, well, during that time, we'll fade the screen to black or dark blue or whatever we want to decide to do. And then we'll put in like, or drop down like a cool animation. It's like, Frostfall has begun or something, and then have it fall back out or fly back or whatever. And then we'll fade back in, and hopefully in that time, when we play that animation, everything is loaded in for you. And it's all good. Maybe not. But because things take a while to load when you're in your full level. You guys saw how long it took us to load in Frostfall in the test level while streaming with some of the resources taken up. So there are some players who are probably going to see that pop in slower or later. We could wait until loading is completely finished, like do a bind and like say, okay, is loading finished? Great, now let's load that in. I think, hold on, let's go look. Global event manager, unload global level, load global level. Oh wait. Yes, completed. So I can do a bind where like we call a load and then I could listen for that load. And when it's finished, we can call a thing here. In fact, I should just build this. Loading finished. And then we'll add in the level name. Compile save. So when this finishes, make visible after load. Interesting. So we'll call this
Mama, walk out.
cool. So we'll do call loading finished, and then we'll have the loading name. So what I can do is I can call a like load this or whatever, and then I can put in, I can bind to the event here. And then when that event happens, we'll check for this level name. And if it's the level name that we just tried to load, then we'll say, okay, now we're done loading. Now we can fade the screen back out. So we can literally make a loading screen that like says like loading Frostfall or whatever. And then it can like do that. And that's fine. I think that's fine. We're literally just building a loading screen here. Okay, Unreal or GPT says, yeah, set game pause is basically not a real multiplayer tool in UE4. It's tied to local controller and world context, blah, 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 blah. Option A, a global time dilation plus UI is the simplest. This is how I was going to do it. To effectively freeze gameplay, then show your fade widget locally on every client. Yep, exactly. And we can just use a multicast too because it'll be fine. It'll be on the global event manager. Okay, I love this. This is a good move. So what we'll do is we'll build a like pause game thing, or like we'll build like a event load screen, I guess. On let's just do it on here. Screw it. Let's set it up. Custom event loading screen, and we're gonna do. Should test what happens when people join during the loading phase. I'm not too concerned because what's probably going to happen is when they... how do I do this? It won't matter because when they join and the game is loading, you know how like you get the loading screen when you're waiting to log into or get into Tyrwin? What will happen is it'll call the server and say, what levels do I need to have loaded at this point? And anything that was like already being loaded will trigger as loaded. And then that server will be loading those in. So it'll just log in, even if the game is like, I don't know, Red, because they might log in and not have the time dilation, or they might log in to the time dilation. Okay, time to ask GPT. What happens if a player joins a listen server or dedicated server, I guess, while the time dilation is set to 0 or anything other than 1. This is where time dilation starts getting sketchy in multiplayer. Short answer, if a player joins while global time dilation does not equal 1, they will inherit whatever the server's world dilation currently is. Oh, perfect. But the behavior is not clean. What actually happens on a dedicated server, global time dilation is applied on the server world. Perfect. A joining client syncs to the server's world state. Their simulation runs at the server's dilated rate. If dilation is 0, movement, physics, animation, and character movement basically do not tick. That's fine. Replication still technically happens, but nothing meaningfully updates. The joining client may appear frozen immediately after spawn. That's fine. This will last ideally no more than like 3 seconds. The only time I foresee this being an issue is if something else gets loaded and we're waiting in a queue because this sub-level manager is handled based on this level IDs queue, or no, this load queue. And so what'll happen is every time a level is attempted to load global level, if it's already in here, we do nothing. If it's not in here, we add it to the load queue, and then we trigger this load next thing. And this will keep running every time it gets to the end. We'll check this length of the queue, and if it's anything more than 0, we just call load next again, and it calls through and loads the next one, and then removes it from the queue, and then calls load next again. It's just a queuing load. That way we're not loading everything all at one time, because then what happens if you try to load 2 things at the same time, or even unload them, which I discovered recently and had to build a queue for our unload as well down here. What happens is if you call that, it just fails, right? The second one will just fail because the first one's still loading. So we had to build a queue for it, and just recently realized that too with the Colleen level that's supposed to be unloading and the day is over. What was happening is it was calling unloads for other things, and therefore because other things were trying to unload at the same time, this was failing. What was trying to unload were like I don't remember actually now that I think about it, but it was failing to unload her, so she couldn't be unloaded, mostly because it was attempting to unload her previously and then failing, and then yeah, it was a stupid thing. Anyway, it's working now, I believe. Hasn't been fully tested, but yeah. So if we do this call load finish though, we can check for that level to see when it's been loaded, and we'll know when it's actually been officially loaded, which is great. That's what we need. But yeah, the longest this is going to be is maybe like 3 seconds, right? At most, I think. And that should be fine. And what we could do, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if there's a way we could I don't think it's a big deal, guys. I think it'll be fine. I'm sure it's going to happen, but they might be like frozen for a few seconds and be like, what's going on? Why is the game frozen? And then suddenly it'll unfreeze, right? They'll just speed right back up. And it should fade out the thing for everyone else. So they won't even know what's happening. It'll just fade back in. I think it'll be fine. Worst case scenario, it looks a little janky for a second, but I don't know what else to do. The other solution is just have everything pop in front of the player. And if things are just popping in randomly in front of the players, that's going to look way worse than being frozen for a second. Occasionally, 1 in 1,000 times you log in. What are the chances you log in during those 3 seconds? You know what I mean? I think it's going to be I think it's fine. I don't think we worry about that. That's such an edge case. There's way more edge cases we're already dodging, I think, in this game. We need to set this to render opacity. Where is it? Render opacity 0 to start with. Compile, save. Oh. Yeah, no, that was right. Okay, good. Great. Why is this not there we go. Back to global event manager. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to create a widget. This is going to be based on we're gonna put a widget in our event, I guess. I don't know what else to do here. DA event. And we'll add another variable here. We'll call this loading widget. What is this called though? Is this a user widget? I hate that so much. That's a really annoying Unreal 4 bug. If you're typing in here and then you move the mouse down here, it grays out what you're typing, so you can't keep typing. So if you need to add something on the end of it because it didn't search relevant enough, then you have to, yeah, it's stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Should it be user widget? Let's try that first, I guess. I guess we'll put it down here. That's fine. let's go to Frostfall. I recently started trying to learn Godot because I have some game ideas I would like to try to make. Hey, Mexicano, that's a great idea. I recently just started learning Godot 2 for a game jam, and we finished our game in it. So I use Godot for the first time. I actually really like GDScript, and I like using Godot in 2D a lot. It's pretty fun. I just followed like one tutorial, the Brackeys tutorial, which I highly recommend. It took me a few hours, like way longer than the tutorial actually is, because I was just like experimenting and exploring and like trying to solve things before he did. That's like my favorite way to like learn a new thing anyway, is like I'll watch like the basics of how it works, and then once I have an idea of how it's gonna go, then I'm like, okay, I think I can figure this out, and then I try to figure it out myself. So especially with the coding stuff, and I know he has another coding video which I would love to watch, but right now I have like literally zero use for Godot in 2D. Or Godot at all really, because I have Unreal Engine right now and I have other projects going on, but I would love to learn more. It's really fun. I really like Godot a lot. Did you eat a Sammy today? Your fund is solid. Oh, didn't I reset it? Oh man, I meant to. That was from last night. Yesterday, or not last night, the last stream, which was I think Friday night? Saturday night? I think it was Friday night I streamed. I meant to reset it and I didn't do it because I'm an idiot. I'll do it right now. I literally have the page up. I just didn't go in and do it.
Mama.
Tip goal. Let's see if it works. Reset goal.
What?
Did it work? It worked. I'm glad I got that set up properly finally.
So,
I did not eat a Sammy today actually. I really need to though. What I did do is paid off a credit card bill. So there's that. That was nice. It was a big credit card bill that we need to pay off. We got it paid off today. So that's where that went to. And then we should have went and got sandwiches to celebrate. But you know what we did do? Saturday, Jana went out with some friends and went to a Thai place, and neither of us had ever tried Thai before. So she ordered some pad Thai. Oh no, she ordered a garlic.
Hold on. Okay.
She ordered a garlic something. I can't think what it's called. Garlic Delight. With no vegetables, which was like 80% vegetables. So I'm sure that was fun for them to make.
Just all meat. It was so good.
It was just all meat.
So good.
That's funny.
I got rice.
Anyway, and then I had her bring me home a pad Thai so I could try it. It was really good. I liked it a lot actually. I've never had Thai food before. I got it like super mild because I had heard like Thai and Indian food were both really spicy. It was like way too sweet probably before it was ever spicy. So next time I would definitely put some spice on it. But have a meeting in a couple minutes. Good luck with the dev work. Thanks, Red. Catch you later. Thanks for coming in. I'll check it out. This is my first time touching anything coding related since I took a lackluster class in high school. Yeah, I highly recommend the Brackeys videos. He used to do a lot of Unity tutorials, like a lot, and then took like a several year hiatus, I think, and just kind of quit YouTube. And a lot of people were really sad about it, but he kind of just covered everything he wanted to cover, I think. And then when Godot came out and everyone was kind of really excited about Godot, and Unity did their big oopsie they did a while back. I don't know if you know what that is or about that at all, but they messed up some stuff with like pricing stuff and people were really pissed. He came back in and started making some Godot tutorials. He's a really big YouTuber and but he does a great job. His videos are honestly very entertaining and extremely educational. He does a good job. If you want more information about Godot and want to learn more stuff, I actually have an affiliate link with this place called Game Dev TV. You can go there. Oh, you know what? You probably can't see that link because you're on YouTube. Let me post it to YouTube. Oh, wait. There we go. There's the link. That's my affiliate link for Game Dev TV. You can go there and check out, they have a bunch of courses and stuff. They're usually pretty cheap. If you use that link, then I'll get a kickback from whatever you spend. But they have really good courses there. I actually did a course for them a while back on like an Unreal thing for Unreal Engine. It was really fun. And yeah, my wife, disclaimer, my wife does work for them, so I'm a little bit biased, but I really do like their courses there. I'm also biased because I get paid, but you know, whatever. But my wife works for them. She actually handled a lot of their like, just a bunch of random stuff there.
A lot of their
work, a lot of their stuff. I don't know what she does. She works there. I don't know. Oh, I shouldn't have closed that. Why did I close that? Anyway, but yeah, Brackeys is great and free, but if you want like more in depth and you're really getting into it, then a course is always a good way to go. I actually wish I went to college for game art and animation. I paid $55,000. I owe $56,000. I have paid a lot onto it, but the interest is just killing me. I don't have enough money to like pay the extra to like dwindle it down. But anyway, and I really regret doing it. I love doing it. I actually graduated as valedictorian, which was huge for me because I barely graduated high school. So that was like a big win for me, like mentally and like personally, big victory for me. But when I look back, everything I learned in college that I spent a lot of money on, I could have easily learned online if I was just more disciplined and actually like sat down and did it. And I wish that I had known about places like Game Dev TV beforehand, because that would have been a whole lot cheaper to take a few of those courses and like learn everything I learned in a much shorter time without paying thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. So yeah, highly suggest it. Gouging every dollar they could out of indie devs who barely even made their first dime. Wait. You've been a big inspiration for me to want to learn code. Thank you for streaming your work. Oh, you're talking about my college situation, I assume. The like 55,000, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I think college is over priced pretty much everywhere unless you want to like, well, even then I think it's overpriced. But unless you want to be like a doctor or something, I think it's overpriced. Obviously, you have to go to college to be a doctor or like anything in medicine or like stuff like that. And I understand that. That's understandable. But if you're like wanting to learn like creative or like a trade or something, I think college is a waste of time and money. I was talking about Unity gouging people. Oh, right. Yes. Sorry. I get rambling and then I lose track of what chat is talking about because like I wait too long to read it. So. Anyway. But yeah, Godot's really fun. I think you'll have fun with it. I hope you're enjoying it so far. I think, shoot, this isn't working. Oh, I know why. I need to set this to class. I think game development is one of those things that I discovered like right out of high school. And for a while I thought there's no way I can do this thing because I can't learn code. I actually started school in college. I did like a course, like a semester, and I got through like 2 months of it, if that, for C++ for game programming when I was just out of high school, and I hated it. So I gave up. And so I thought for sure I was like, well, game development is not for me because I'm not smart enough to learn how to program. So I guess move on. And then I got a little older and I realized like, you know, a lot of people that make art for these games. I wonder if I could get into making games as like an artist. And then I discovered RPG Maker and threw out the art idea and just used like the event system and like art that I could purchase or steal or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of fun learning games. You going night night?
Yeah.
Okay. I love you. Did you have fun staying up late?
Yeah.
Good.
Love you.
I love you too.
Love you.
I love you too.
Oh,
Aw. Good night, buddy. See you in the morning.
good night.
Sorry, guys. Good night. He's just yelling good night. He is adorable. It's crazy. He took so long to learn to talk. He just turned 3 beginning a month ago. And we were starting to get worried about it, and we we're talking to the doctor because our daughter, who's 11 now, she was talking like fluently, like had no issues talking at like 2 to 2.5. She was just like talking like chatterbox. And so it was taking him a long time, and I was like, should we be worried about this? And she's like, give us some time. Boys take longer sometimes and whatever. So we gave it a little longer, and sure enough, now he does not stop talking. He does a lot of like gibberish still, like he just kind of like makes up sounds, but even like when he's playing and stuff now, he's like, you bad guy, and like it's so cute. It's so much fun watching him just grow. It's almost like, it's weird, but when you have a second kid, like the first kid, I feel like a lot of it is just like, I like hurry up and get older, you know, so I can do the things I'm used to doing, and I don't have to sit and watch you all the time anymore. And I feel really guilty about that because I had a lot of those thoughts with Abby, like a lot of like oh my god, when is she gonna be old enough to like do this by herself, you know, like a lot of that. Like I didn't like fully appreciate being a dad and like going through that. And then we had Quinn, and it's like I totally do now. Like I really appreciate like all those little things, and I'm like just taking it all in. And I've also even completely stopped myself from saying like I can't wait for this stage. I don't say that at all. I say I'm excited for the stage, but I love the stage we're in right now. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like a mindset shift, but I don't know. Mewtwo. Oh, I love Mewtwo. That's so funny. It's funny because Abby comes to me all the time and she's like, Dad, what is Quinn saying? And then he comes and tells me, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's saying this. And she's like, how do you get that from that? And I'm like, I don't know, kid. I guess it's just like another language. You got to learn it. It does that all the time. But there's also some things where I just cannot grasp. And then Abby's like, he's saying this. And I'm like, oh, that checks out. It's funny. I'm glad there's 3 of us in this house to interpret for him, because sometimes some of us just do not get it. Henry also took a while, but the last like 2 weeks he's been learning words like crazy. Yeah, it's wild. He hit, it was like probably like 3 or 4 months ago when he kind of hit his stride, and it's like, it was no longer like, like a handful of words. It was like, he just picked up everything like all at once. And now he's like putting together big sentences. But he does this pausing thing where like, and I don't remember Abby doing this. Like, I feel like hers was like so much more fluid right away. But his like some words are obviously like a phrase, like he blends those together, like love you, like that's one thing. But then he's like puts a pause, like love you, dad, like that. Like there's a big pause between each one, and it's cute. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, but that pause is getting smaller and smaller, which is good. I'm glad you stream later. I'm sorting 5,000 Pokemon cards, and this helps. Oh geez, that's a lot. What's the deal with Pokemon cards blowing up again right now? How come everyone's going nuts for them? Warka, so every time I'm on Warka's stream, he's like opening another Pokemon card and like opening booster packs, and then he like goes on and like does like the gambling on their website or whatever website he's on. And I'm just like, what are you guys doing, man? I don't get it. It's not for me. I like Pokemon. I like the first like 150, even like the first like 250 I was on board with. But when Logan got that that card sold for 14.5 mil, it blew up hard. Yeah, I guess that's what it was, huh? It was before that sell. Yeah, I mean, I know it's been popular for a while. I know it died off for a little while and then kind of came back. It was pretty niche for a while. To me, like, I don't know, Pokemon was cool when you could actually play the game. And now I feel like you can't even like play the game anymore. I mean, I'm sure you can if you have like a new deck or whatever. I'm sure you can play. But so we have all the original like 150 cards, right? I still have all my old cards, and actually I have like barely any of my old cards. But Jana has all of her old cards, and she had like all the same cards I did, pretty much all the same decks. And so I got out like a couple of like the starter decks, which she kept pristine in the box, like all in the right order and everything they came in. Like, she did not play at all. And I shuffled them all up, and me and Abby played against each other, and I was like, this is how you play Pokemon. And we like played Pokemon, and she liked it. She was like, this is cool. And she had fun. She didn't quite understand trainer cards, so she got, I mopped the floor with her. And I was even trying to like, go easy, but yeah, she just didn't quite grasp that. So then I was like, we should buy some decks. So we went and bought, I think we got a deck or maybe some boosters. I don't remember. We bought something with some cards in it. And we started looking through the cards, and I was like, how does this Pokemon have 300 health? What is going on right now? I was like losing my mind, because the best card I've ever seen was 120, and it was Charizard. And that's like the best card that I knew of, like that existed when I was in like 6th grade. And now they have like 300 health, like, and that's just like your common average run of the mill card. And I'm like, never mind, Abby, we have to buy all new cards if we want to play, because anything from the original cards playing up against these would be awful. Like, they wouldn't stand a chance. For those who don't know, the Logan Paul thing was technically fake. They essentially sold it to themselves in a roundabout way. Oh, that's wild. I hate that stuff, man. Ditto over Charizard. Yeah, that was like the best card. That, like, I don't think anything had more health than Charizard. Maybe like, I think, I wouldn't say like a Snorlax card or something had like more, but it might have been like 100 health. It's been so long since I looked at old Pokemon cards, so I don't remember. But like, you have like Pikachu has like 30 health or something, maybe 50, 40 health, somewhere in there. It's like such low numbers. And now like everything does like 60 damage per hit and like 120 health. Like it's wild. Or like 300 plus health. I don't know. No. Ditto, much better. Oh, Ditto is better than Charizard. Got it. I thought you meant Ditto about like Ditto to the Charizard comment. Ditto's better than Charizard? I mean, I don't remember what Ditto does. What does Ditto do? Is Ditto still useful against today's cards? Uh-oh, something didn't load on my end, so I don't know what you said. I just see the heart. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, it's just a heart. I don't know why it shows that. It shows like a missing file icon on my chat program. He becomes everything. He literally just copies his enemy. I knew he did something like that because that's what his ability is in the video game too, but what is this stupid widget called? I'm gonna be here for like 4 more hours just trying to set up this dumb thing just to try this. I don't think we're gonna get to this tonight, by the way, guys. I think I'm gonna call it here soon. I have a book to read I'm really excited about. What is this? Uh-oh, if we call this seasonal events. Okay, if this is going to be seasonal events and we're only going to use this for seasonal events, then maybe this isn't even necessary and we don't need the widget on here. I guess we can keep it on here and we can just, you know what, never mind. We'll keep it on here. This is fine. And then if we ever do want a loading screen for other loading things, we can just use this because this should just be generic enough to use. That's the plan, right? Build everything generic so we can use it in the future if we need it, but make sure it works for the things we need right now. And that's the primary goal. Books are great. Yeah, I my goal is 12 books this year, 1 a month, and I'm at 2. I kind of cheated, but I don't care, and I don't care what you say. A novella is still a book to me. In fact, Jana even told me, she's like, you know, if you're really trying to hit your 12, you can just read a graphic novel, because I have like probably 10 graphic novels I've bought and haven't read yet. So I was like, yeah, that's not the same thing. I snoozed ads. When they come back up, we're going to end the stream. We've got 5 minutes. Does mine count? You know, I was actually going to call that, or I was going to tell her that. Because technically, if I read the whole thing, even if it's unfinished, I still finished the book, right? I finished what exists of the book. Therefore, I think it would count. You got 100 pages? Yeah, I mean, it's probably longer than the novella I just read. So I don't see why not. Okay, event construct. We need to do something. Let's do get actor. Whoop, hello. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's do a variable. Let's say season. We'll input the season here instead, so we can run it that way. Yeah, this should work. Oh wait, this won't work because our event manager needs to put a class in based on our current event. Oh, even more problems. We need to input an event here because that event isn't our current event yet. It's the active event which is a local variable. So we need to go current or event. We'll just call it event so it's not confusing with the other current event. DA event. No, PDA event. Yeah, that's fine. I love that it's called PDA because I was in high school once. So every time I say PDA or look or like read PDA, that's where my brain goes. Okay, we go here. We're gonna do get widget. See, I'm kind of regretting this now because I can plug this in here, but I can't input anything into it now because this could be anything. If we just had this create the widget based on that seasonal event widget, then I could input whatever I needed. But you know what? That's fine. Because this is a widget, this is a seasonal event widget, right? I guess I could put the owner in. The owner could be the global event manager. This is owning player, never mind. Just kidding. Can't do that. So yeah, all right, so what we do is on construct, we do get actor of class. Oh no, actually I think we can just do get global Get global event manager. Perfect. From the game state, get game state. Okay, with global event manager, get season. Oh, I'm an idiot. We can't even get the season from that. We need to get the time manager. And unfortunately, we have to cast to this. Doesn't matter because it's already loaded, but it's stupid. We should have just cast in this thing, but we should have cast the first time we set this up in the game state and had to cast once rather than having to do this every single time. But it's too late because if I do it now, I have to go fix like 1,000 places where we're getting the time manager and it's not worth the effort, which is why I haven't fixed it yet. Get season. Okay, now we have access to the season, so when we load this in, we can figure out what season this is. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that on clients, we might run into a situation where this season is not replicated yet. I don't know how to fix that, if that's the case. It means we need to wait until that gets replicated for this to get called, which means we could do a thing where we just like change the season and then we wait like 2 seconds or 3 seconds or however long we need to for that rep notify to hit. We can even like set it up if we want to, like when the season actually gets called, the rep notify calls the season change thing, which actually might be happening. Anyway, so that way we know like each client has their thing or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Whatever it is, we need a way to like set this up so we'll like delay. We could even just delay 5 seconds after midnight. So like 5 seconds after midnight, this could just trigger for those things, which means it won't load anything in until this happens, and that's fine. Just make a V2, use it in the new areas, and let it be backwards compatible and deprecate. Yeah. I don't know. I guess so. I guess that could work, but that seems like a waste. It seems like I'll end up with both versions in different places, and I'll never end up deprecating the first one because I don't have time to go through every single blueprint. So then I just have even more code for no reason. But that's not a bad idea. Okay, I'm gonna delete that because I do know how to fix this now. I like leaving notes for myself for problems I run into in the future, just in case I run into those problems. But if I fix them right away, then there's no point in leaving notes. Okay, so we have the season. So now we need to set our text based on the season. So let's just go to our text. This should actually probably be an image, but we're gonna do text for now. It's fine. Set text. Yeah, I think we'll do an image for this for sure. Let's do a format. And we'll say season has just begun. We could do like a please wait or loading or something like that, but can I not just put in a enum into this? That seems silly. To string. All right. So that should set that up. And then we need to trigger our animation. Thank you. Play animation. Oh my God. What are you doing? I literally dropped it on the exact same spot both times. Okay, play animation, great. Should we assign? No, actually we don't. No, we need to bind. We need to get our global event manager at this point, and we need to bind to the thing, but we're not going to do that here. This is going to play This is gonna load in. So this will happen right when it gets loaded, but then we're gonna do another custom event. No, we're not gonna do a custom event. We need a interface for this. Class settings, interface, widget, what? UI widget? Sure. Compile, save. In here, what do we need to do? We need a function that just triggers like son of a. Well, guys, that's the stream because it takes way too long to load it back up. I have to pee anyway. Oh yeah, and the ad happened. I didn't quit this. I didn't end the stream there anyway. This is Unreal Engine forcing my hand. That's wild. We had 3 crashes out tonight. We don't normally crash that many times. That sucks. Okay, let's go see if there's anyone to raid really quick. We're probably not gonna raid 24 people. I guess that's a not unsubstantial amount of people. Is that the phrase? That's not unsubstantial. Unsubstantial. Do you guys watch the stream just so you can hear me like not like say words correctly? Can we go raid? Son of a Dev. See you later, J-Dog. Let me know how you feel after you finish the prologue. Yeah. I will get around to it. Unfortunately, I started the other book and I'm kind of like infatuated a little bit right now. So, but I will do my best to get back to it when I have a minute. I'm already like almost a quarter way done with the first book, with that book. I'm reading way faster than I usually do. Way faster, not even more often, to be honest. I'm not even reading that often or that much, just faster. I love this. This person says UE5 Dark Souls, but turn-based. How does that even work? The whole point of Dark Souls is the real-time reactionary combat. I guess turn-based you could do like timing-based like parries and like attacks and stuff and dodges and stuff, but I don't know. Am I seeing anything interesting? I think this is Godot. Oh, this is Jitsbo. Should we go raid Jitsbo? He raided us the other day. Should we raid him back? This dude's got 25 viewers. He's doing some pixel art and C++ game dev. This looks kind of cool. Oh, I don't know. Code for hours, test nothing, hit play. Kind of love this concept. Code for hours, test nothing, hit play, and pray. We got to do this. All right, guys, it's raid time. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I appreciate it. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. We didn't get much done, but you know, that's not really what I'm expecting to do during streams. We might, depending on where I'm feeling about, especially since we don't get anything done on streams. I'm tempted to clean my glasses again because I literally already have smudges on them again. I don't know how you guys keep glasses clean. This is insane. I don't get this. This is a whole new foreign concept to me. Anyway, I think what we might do is next time we do an at least after hours stream, if I stream tomorrow morning, which I'm planning to, if I actually go to bed in the next 15 minutes, which who knows, then we'll probably work around more Swords Magic tomorrow. But if not, if we're stream tomorrow night or whatever, we might start doing the late night streams and start playing with that other project we were goofing around with a while back, just for fun. Or maybe we'll just, I kind of want to just make the late night streams just like do whatever the hell we want to do. And if that means making progress, great. And if that doesn't mean making progress, who cares? You know, like I don't want to play games. I want to do dev stuff, but I kind of just want to do whatever. And I'll be more likely to stream if I can just like goof around and play with whatever I want. But so yeah, that's what I'm going to try to lean toward. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. I don't know when, but next time. So have a good night or evening or morning or whatever you're having. And bye. Thanks for coming.